With over 15,000 cryptocurrencies listed at time of recording, it can be overwhelming trying to decide where to put your money. In this video, I'm going to explore the 3-coin crypto investment theory for you to look into in making your move in the markets. G'day viewers, I'm Adam Stokes. Welcome back to the channel where as always a free and easy way of supporting this work is by simply hitting that like button, subscribing if you're new, ensuring you also knock that notification bell so you never miss a new episode. Also watch out for the bots in the comments below. I will never ask you to contact me via Telegram or WhatsApp. They are scammers, stay away. Okay, let's get into this theory, noting it is merely a theory, not financial advice, but something that I think you should consider. There may be just 3 coins that you could or should put your money in if you want to see some good returns. The first coin, of course, is Bitcoin. Bitcoin has no competitors. Bitcoin is the internet of money, and although many people have said they can do it better, the market has spoken, and we can see that the decentralized, open, immutable, and all-inclusive money of Bitcoin enables you to put your money somewhere safely where we know what the supply is. We can't guarantee what the demand is in the future, but we can be sure that there is a fixed supply of 21 million, of which 19 million have been mined now, and this becomes the digital gold of money. That is, gold is a hard money. Hard in the sense that it's difficult to create or get out of the ground. But unlike gold, we do know what the supply of Bitcoin is, whereas with gold, although we can estimate how much gold there is in the world, we can't be entirely sure. So here we have a known supply with an arguably increasing demand on a hard money that has digitized many of the properties of gold. But unlike gold, Bitcoin can move around the world at very low costs, where the transaction is the verification. If I want to take a block of gold down to the shop, I have to shave off the right amount of gold, they have to weigh it, they have to test it for purity. It becomes very inefficient. We can see in the past that although gold was very inefficient, it did provide a standard, a reserve, where we could create layer 2 solutions on top of it, where we put the gold in a vault, lock it away, and then write a note against that gold, acting as a layer 2 solution where we can carry this piece of paper around, whether it's a check or a banknote or the cash money that we know of today, and use in the marketplace. The issue with gold is that it's heavy, cumbersome, has an unknown supply, and has been corrupted in many instances where multiple notes have been written against the same piece of gold. Bitcoin digitizes the gold markets, but it also creates a global reserve currency. We can all agree how many Bitcoin there are, and the market can agree, not through policy, but through the democratization of financial markets, how much one Bitcoin is worth. Moreover, unlike gold, Bitcoin creates payment rails where you or myself or institutions or countries can tap into this internet of money and move value around in a decentralized manner and on an open, immutable ledger where everyone can see where the Bitcoins are and if they're moving or not. Nothing competes with this. For all the criticisms around Bitcoin, there is ultimately, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many others, no better hard monetary system. Most importantly, the security of the Bitcoin network is second to none. You cannot forge Bitcoin. You cannot create more of it. And the transaction, as mentioned before, is the verification. It is the most efficient form of gold and hard money that could likely serve as the global reserve currency. This isn't to say there won't be other monies. Just as we already have multiple monies, you might look at different fiats, frequent flyer points, gift vouchers, bus passes, the beer economy. These are all forms of money that operate in unison, but we can see the global reserve currency of the United States dollar, or any dollar, does not work. This is no dig at the good people of the United States. It's just an objective truth of fiat. Fiat never works. No matter who you are, what flag you fly, fiat always collapses. And Bitcoin provides us with a new monetary policy that is blind to your color, your religion, your flag, or even your geographical status. So the first coin to consider is, of course, Bitcoin. The second coin in this 3-coin crypto theory is Ethereum. Now hear me out. Ethereum is in many ways the oil of the digital space. Just as Bitcoin is the digital gold, Ethereum is the digital oil. Another way of looking at Ethereum is as a world supercomputer where many people can build upon it. Now here's the difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin besides being a figurative comparative of oil to gold. Unlike Bitcoin that has no competitors, Ethereum does. Some very valid competitors. You may look at Cardano, Solana, Algorand, Polkadot, the audacious project of Pulse, and many other valid competitors that are coming up into this space. The primary argument for Ethereum's success is that it has an established network effect. For me, I don't believe that's enough to hold its position. I look throughout history and see that network effect is not everything. You may look at AOL, Netscape, Yahoo, Kodak, Blockbuster. Just because you're huge and have a massive hold of the market does not mean you cannot be beaten. The delay of Ethereum 2.0 has given competitors an opportunity to catch up. The point I'm trying to make for you to consider in this three-coin theory is that Ethereum, or whichever competitor takes this spot, will have a long-standing place in the future of technology. Now, just because Ethereum or Cardano or Algorand or Solana or Pulse or Polkadot or other holds this position, it doesn't mean that other coins can't be built on top of it. Ultimately, that is the purpose of Ethereum, where other programs, protocols, and businesses can be built upon the power of Ethereum or whichever coin holds that position. Just as we've seen already so much built on top of Ethereum, we will continue to see this development in the future. Therefore, the second coin in this theory is Ethereum or whichever competitor takes that spot. Now, the third coin is going to be very surprising to many of my long-term subscribers. This coin is one that I have spoken out against, but I do hold, and that is in fact XRP. Allow me to explain. Bitcoin operates as the digital reserve currency or digital gold of the world. Ethereum acts as the digital oil or supercomputer of the world. XRP facilitates the massively established financial systems of the world. In previous videos, I've said that we don't need banks in the future, but that doesn't mean they won't exist. If you consider the Internet of Information that could pass around emails, it didn't mean that the postal system disappeared. If anything, it in fact evolved to facilitate the Internet of Information. Consider all the amount of information that is passed through the World Wide Web as we know it, that in fact drove a lot of business to the old analog systems of the postal service. As a simple example, think of the commerce that happens on eBay or Amazon, but then relies heavily upon the analog postal systems to move these packages around the world. The Internet of Information and Knowledge thrives and creates new business, some business that does not need the postal service, but concurrently, it also creates a lot of business for the postal service. Keeping this example in mind, now we move into the established financial systems. That is, we now have an internet of money, which is Bitcoin, but that does not mean that the analog financial systems that we know today will disappear. If you consider when banks first started, they operated on analog ledgers. They then moved to the digital space with internet banking and the SWIFT network, but they are still immensely old and inefficient compared to the power of what Bitcoin and its layer 2 solutions can do. The banks must evolve. The SWIFT network is old, cumbersome, slow, and inefficient. We now have the technology to move value around the world at arguably the speed of light for almost nothing in a secure manner. Now, whilst I argue that XRP has many issues, it is in fact a very impressive product. Now, just as I mentioned when we go to the oil of the digital space and Ethereum having many competitors, XRP, although a very good product, it too has many competitors. So in this three-coin theory, I'm using XRP as an example, and although it's the front runner at the moment for digitizing the old financial systems to a far more efficient way, it too has many competitors. One, in fact, you might like to consider is Stellar or XLM Lumens. Beyond these two coins, I encourage you to familiarize yourself with the ISO 20022 document or protocol or framework that formalizes a common language with the old and well-established financial systems. In this framework, the massive financial systems that we know today seek to clarify a common language where they can move their money around the world very quickly and efficiently. One of the coins in this document is XRP. Again, this doesn't guarantee that XRP will be adopted or will even get through the SEC trial. But in the three-coin crypto theory that I present to you now, we have Bitcoin that stands alone in its market, allowing for the creation of a digital gold and financial payment rails for those who opt out of the traditional financial system. Then we have Ethereum, the figurative digital oil of the crypto space and the supercomputer of the world that will enable many people to build upon it. And then the third sector, which is streamlining well-established old and massive financial institutions that must evolve or die. Ultimately, everything I've discussed is just a theory. But having been in this space for so many years and seeing so many coins come and go, and with an overall agreement amongst many crypto veterans that more than 95% of the altcoins will fail out there, we can reasonably assume that there are in fact three main categories, hence currently three leading coins that could dominate this space into the future: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. While XRP and Ethereum do have competitors, I strongly believe that Bitcoin does not. We've seen many competitors in the past try and come up and compete with Bitcoin, particularly during the 2017 cycle. Whilst many still have some type of value, it is nothing compared to what Bitcoin holds. Moving forward, whilst Ethereum has the network effect and XRP has a great back end and possible acceptance by the financial sector, it too faces competition, but moreover, attacks from the SEC. But what are your thoughts on this theory? Is it too far out there? Are there other coins that you believe will come forward? Is the ISO 20022 document another way of controlling us? Will the network effect of Ethereum be too much to beat for its competitors? And will the layer 2 solutions be suffice to speed up the immensely secure but slow network of Bitcoin? Leave your comments below. I'd love to hear. I'm Adam Stokes. Thanks for listening. Happy investing. Deep dive into the thought experiment of the three-coin crypto theory, and I'll talk to you next time.